Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news. All right, folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you is shaping up to be one of the biggest moves in the NFL this season, and it's got Steelers fans buzzing. Rumors are swirling about a blockbuster trade that could dramatically shift the landscape of the AFC North, and more importantly, set Pittsburgh up for an even more formidable push toward the Super Bowl. It's a move that, if it comes to fruition, could elevate the Steelers' defense to new heights, giving us that extra edge we've been craving all season long. And it's all centered around Maxx Crosby, the relentless pass rusher from the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, before I get into the details, I want to remind all of you that this is speculation for now, but the sources are solid, and the whispers are getting louder. The NFL trade deadline is always filled with surprises, and this one could be a game changer. So, what's being discussed? Well, it appears that the Steelers are showing serious interest in acquiring Crosby, who's been one of the most disruptive edge rushers in the league this year. The Raiders, sitting at 2-8 with a struggling defense, are reportedly open to moving Crosby in exchange for a first-round pick in the 2026 draft. That's right, an elite pass rusher for a future first-rounder. That's the kind of bold move Steelers fans love to see. Let's break down what makes Maxx Crosby such a potential fit for Pittsburgh. This guy is a four-time Pro Bowler, and he's proven to be a game wrecker. In 2025, he's tallied 23 solo tackles, 14 assists, 37 combined pressures, and 5 sacks. His ability to pressure the quarterback consistently is what sets him apart. His pressure rate hovers around 18%, and he's known for his relentless motor, never taking plays off. His NFL PFF grade is around 85, which puts him comfortably in the top 20 among edge rushers. Crosby's impact isn't just in sacks. He's a disruptive force that commands double teams, freeing up teammates to make plays. His run defense is also solid, and he's been remarkably healthy throughout his career, avoiding serious injuries, which is a huge plus for any team looking to add a game-changing player midseason. Now, let's consider what this means for the Steelers. Adding Crosby to our existing pass rush, which already features Alex Highsmith, would be a massive upgrade. Highsmith has been solid, but Crosby's elite talent would push our defense into a different stratosphere. Imagine Crosby lining up alongside Watt, creating a duo that offensive lines dread. Combined, they could add 20 or more sacks, and the pressure generated would be relentless. Opponents would have a much harder time establishing a consistent passing game, and that would translate into more turnovers, more sacks, and ultimately more wins. It's no secret that Pittsburgh's defense has been a cornerstone of our identity, but we've been missing that extra punch on the edge, someone who can consistently get after the quarterback and force mistakes. With Crosby, that's exactly what we're talking about. His ability to generate pressure, combined with Watt's veteran presence and Highsmith's emerging talent, could turn our defense into a nightmare for offenses. This kind of upgrade could be the difference between a good season and a special one, especially in a division as competitive as the AFC North. Looking at the bigger picture, the Raiders are sitting at 2-8, with their defense allowing an average of 26. 2 points per game. They've struggled to get pressure on the quarterback. Opponents have completed 40. 1% of third downs against them. And their limited cap space, around $107 million, makes it tough to retain all their stars. Moving Crosby makes sense from their perspective. They're rebuilding, and shedding a player of his caliber for future draft capital aligns with their strategy. But for the Steelers, this is an opportunity to capitalize on a team looking to tear things down and to add a proven difference maker. The potential impact on Pittsburgh's fortunes is significant. Adding Crosby would not only immediately elevate our pass rush but also send a message to the rest of the league. The Steelers are here to contend, and we're willing to make bold moves to get there. The stats speak for themselves. If Crosby joins Watt and Highsmith, our total sacks could easily jump from around 35 to over 55. Opponent points per game could drop from roughly 24 to closer to 19. This defensive upgrade would complement our offensive improvements, giving us a balanced team capable of competing deep into the playoffs. Now, you might be wondering about the financials. The Raiders are likely to spend around $20 million on Crosby this season, and they're focusing on freeing up cap space to rebuild their roster. The Steelers, with about $3.5 million in cap space right now, would need to make some adjustments, but it's doable, especially with the trade deadline approaching. This move could be a win-win. Vegas gets draft capital to rebuild, and Pittsburgh gets an elite pass rusher to push us over the top. And let's not forget the odds. The Super Bowl LVII odds have already seen some movement, with Steelers chances improving from plus 1,500 to plus 700 if this trade goes through. That's a huge shift in perception, and it reflects how much Crosby could elevate our squad. His presence would give us a much better shot against quarterbacks like Joe Burrow, and in the cold Pittsburgh weather, he could be a real X-factor. Plus, the boost in our win probability against top-tier QBs would be significant, making us a legit contender as we push towards the postseason. Of course, all of this hinges on whether the Steelers can pull off the trade before the deadline. It's a bold move, no doubt, but one that makes a lot of sense if we want to be serious about competing for the Super Bowl again. The combination of Crosby and Watt would create nightmares for offenses, and it could transform our defense into one of the league's most feared units. Steelers have a history of making bold moves when it counts, and this could be one of those moments, an opportunity to reassert ourselves as AFC contenders. So Steelers fans, keep your eyes peeled. If this trade happens, it's going to be a game changer. And if it doesn't, well, we'll keep fighting with what we've got, but let's be honest. Adding Crosby would take our team to a whole new level. The AFC North is already tough, but with a duo like Crosby and Watt, it gets even tougher for our rivals. We're talking about a team that can dominate the line of scrimmage, generate consistent pressure, and make life miserable for any quarterback that steps into our division. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Steelers news. This is the kind of development that could define our season, so keep that passion alive. Let's go, Steelers!